Hello, my name is Sophia Chantel, and the purpose of this video is to recognize the dispositions that I need to work on as a first-year teacher before entering the classroom, as well as the qualities that professional educators should display. The dispositions I feel that I need to work on the most is definitely reflection. It is very important to reflect, especially when it comes to teaching. I feel that your students might not always benefit off of the way that you are teaching something, so it is important to reflect either at the end of the day or the end of the week and see how your students did with what they learned in class this week, and if there are any adjustments that need to be made to your curriculum to help them benefit better off of certain topics, then that needs to be taken care of. And also, if there was a escalated situation that happened within either the classroom or with a colleague or something like that, then you can reflect back on it and see if you could have handled the situation better or if you handled it to the best of your abilities. Reflection is a super important disposition, and I definitely need to work on it more. I need to take at least 30 minutes to an hour out of my day to see what I could do when it comes to time management, de-escalating situations, editing my curriculum or my lesson planning. Another disposition I feel that I really need to work on is definitely curiosity. I do not ask enough questions, and I really need to work on that as a student myself currently, and as well as a teacher. I know that I could always learn and benefit off of other colleagues, my instructors, the librarians here at GCU, tutors, literally anyone. I can ask questions and widen the range of my knowledge, because you're never an expert on a certain topic until you do your research or you ask questions. Curiosity is definitely a big one that I really have to work on. Qualities that I feel professional educators should display is definitely compassion and patience. They're two really big ones. It's important to have compassion for your students, because you might get those few students who are having a rough time at home and they need that little bit of extra support from you here at school. It's also important to communicate with their parents back home to see what maybe could be done to help better that student, whether it may be in the learning environment that they're having trouble in or at home that they're having trouble in, and see what could be done to make the student feel better about themselves or their learning abilities. It's also important to have patience, because you will always get those students who may need that little bit of extra help or a little bit of a boost to really get them motivated and learning and back on track, because they are either slacking off at home or they're just not understanding the material. So it's important to communicate with them as well as their parents to see what might be happening and see if there's any extra support that they could receive in school or back at home, because learning days don't just end when they get on the bus after a long day at school. They also continue at home. With that proper consistency in their life, they'll get the hang of it eventually. And those are just some of the dispositions that I feel I need to work on as a first-year teacher, as well as some qualities that I feel professional educators should display.